everyone. I'm Winniebell, Xinyu Zong. Xinyu is my legal name, and Winniebell is my nickname. And I was very nervous coming here because I don't know anyone. And then Steve and Debbie over there told me that eating a brownie helps, so I ate it. But anyway, I'm really humbled to be here, and thank you for reading my work. I'm gonna read 3 of my poems. One is about my grandpa, one is about me, the other one is about my grandmother, so I'll start with my grandpa. And he passed away last year, fighting cancer after a long time. And I wrote this poem because I was doing like a regular call with my mom, and then my uncle picked up, said that my mom wasn't available because he was preparing the funeral for my grandpa. And that was 2 days before I was going to fly back to see him. So that's it. How can he forgive me now? Laden with my phone and the funeral at the other end of the world. Acquainted with the new bed sheets by tempest salient and an instinct to sing can hide. My prayers are not for you, Grandpa. What petrifies me is I think you knew. You should have been the last one to become one of my children's ancestors, but now that I lie, mourning for you, your wife's hand, facile and worn, you are gone first. I am betrayed, albeit I am still breathing. I pray, scared of the sacrosanct in your liver, who thinned you down violently, prodigal of aching your bones before grinding them to ashes in your field, and declared you a stranger to the world that I still call home. I was irrelevant when you were dying. And the second one is a self-portrait. I went through like a really abusive relationship emotionally, but not physically. And I felt like my ex's dog went through it with me because he was terrible to the dog too. So I was glad to be there for the dog, and I was glad that he was there with me too. Self-portrait with my ex's dog, Montana. Montana brings out the best in me. He craved my arms when my ex yelled at him, and I craved his when. Am I a writer without works mom can pick up from a shelf? Am I a woman without her kitchen? Am I shapes, shades, remnants of another life, an unintentional repetition in history? Am I promises and promises only? Am I rootless for having not bent down and poured sweat and blood onto the family land? Montana doesn't have acne scars. Freckles look cute on him. Did mom wish that I could forever be her baby in the womb, quiet, content, virtuous, utterly hers, incapable of being a disappointment, other than not having a penis? Would she have loved me more? If I asked her, do you see what I see, what would she say in return? My will to go on depends on places I've never been. My heart beats by momentum and cries in front of the mirror when he asks, do you believe in me? Montana doesn't count on the coming of the next time when he writes or becomes something good again to feel good again. Montana, he barks when he's scared too. And then this one I'm actually gonna read from a book, and this is the first time for me. I'm really excited. It's page 76. And this one is about grandmother, and in my grandparents' house, you always butcher a chicken for like a guest of honor. And that never happened to me, but because I only come home once a year now, and she butchered a chicken for me, and that was really weird. The bungalow chicken. Nana is hunching over a wash basin filled with steamy red water and a naked chicken, cut open from the abdomen, feet hanging out of the edge straight, stained by its own blood and feather. Nana is cleaning guts and trimming fat from this rooster that she saw grow up. Andy Balbigada Huilale, she smiles. My precious baby is back to me. Teeth the color of her brick gate and wrinkles tying suntanned happy knots. She mumbles complaints of Ma, who bought pricey braised beef and chicken feet against her will as she chops the rooster's guts and fat into fine pieces, gathers the slimy organs onto her left palm and throws them back in the chicken coop where they came from. Will you stay the night with me this time, she asks, watching the hens fight for the bits of their former lover. I look at the earth and smell goat milk with sugar, duck egg soup with sesame oil, and her husky hands on my forehead when she wakes me up at 4 a.m. to feed that rooster. The knots untie as she walks away swinging. Don't go so far that I can't touch you anymore.